Hello and welcome to my channel. My hook is 3.25 millimeter, and for this pattern I go and chain 24. Make my slip knot and now I start to chain. On row 1, I go with my hook in each chain and make a loop and keep that loop on my hook. Grab the yarn and I make the loop and keep that on my hook. Move to the next one, do the same, and to the next one. To complete row 1, I grab the yarn and pull through the first 2 loops. Now I grab the yarn, pull through this loop and to the next one, the loop right there and the next one, that loop and the next one, until I'm done. For row 2, I go with my hook, not on this loop, to the next one, grab the yarn and make a loop. Move to the next one, grab the yarn, make a loop. To the next one, and like this with all of them. And the last 2. And to complete the row, I do exactly what I did on row 1. I pull through 2, pull through this loop and the next one, the loop and the next one, the loop and the next one. Row 3, again I go with my hook and make loops, but only 12 of them. I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Now I go and complete the row. This time, right here, when I finish the row, I go with 2 of them, but this time I go with one loop, this loop and the next one, that loop and the next one, and now again I go with 12 loops. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12, only one loop. Now third, and what is my last chain, I go and I see here a little bump, yarn and pull through. Now what I do is I go right there, grab the yarn and I pull through. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And now I go and make 3 loops, 1, 2, and the last one in both loops right there. Now I grab the yarn, pull through 2, grab the yarn, pull through that loop and the next one, that loop and the next one. Now I go and make again loops and to the last one, and I close, pull through 2, pull through that loop and that one. Now I go and chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. What I do now is I count 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. To the 5, I go with my hook right there, grab the yarn and make a single crochet. Now I have 4 loops, 1, 2, 3, 4. I go in each chain and make a loop and keep the loop on my hook. I have 5 of them with this single crochet. Next I grab the yarn and I pull through 1, pull through that loop and the next one, that loop and the next one, that loop and the next one, that loop and the next one. I go and make my loops, 1, 2, 3, and only 1 loop. I close, pull through 1, pull through that loop and the next one, that loop and the next one, and the last one. And one more time, make my loops. Only 1 loop right there. 1, that loop and the next one, and I close. And now I go and close everything, so I pull through that loop and the next loop, that loop and the next one, that loop and the next one, all the way. On row 5, because I have 1, 2, 3, 4. On row 5, I go and make 12 loops. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. I complete, so I pull through 1, pull through that loop and the next loop, that loop and the next one, all the way. That's one row. I go again and make 12 loops. And I pull through only that loop and not the other two, so only one. And now I complete in the same way. I made 1, 2, 3, 4 rows. And now what I do on row 8, I go with my hook and I just made, you see, I made right here a loop. Now I go down to the previous row and make a loop right there, and now I start to chain 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. I yarn over, skip everything right here, and I move where I have my loops. I make 1, 2, 3, and the last one I go in both loops, make a loop right there. Now I need to close that, so I grab the and pull through 2, grab the and pull through that loop and the next one, and here that loop, this loop right here, and the yarn over. And now I go and make my loops again. I skip this, I go right there, make 1, 2, and again grab the and pull through 2, grab the and pull through 1, and now grab the and pull through 2. Again I go and make my loops, skip this, go to the next one, 2, 3 and the 4, and I go and close, and one more time. Now I close, and I chain 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now grab the yarn and I pull through right there, and I start to close the row. Now I go and repeat what I did right here one more time. So I go and make my 12 loops, 3 completes a row. In row 4 I go in the previous row, and then I chain 8, yarn over and make my loops right here and do everything I did here. I'll show you what I do next. Right here I go and chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now I need to connect it right here in the last chain, so I go with my hook right there in both loops, the back, grab the yarn, pull through and make a long loop. Now I yarn over and I go back in the same space and make a long loop. Again I go back, I have 3 and one more, 4 times. I grab the yarn, pull through everything, and now I chain 1. Next I go and make what I did here. So I have the 4 chains, I go and make 4 loops, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now I grab the yarn and pull through one loop, grab the yarn, pull through that loop and the next one, the loop and the next one, the loop and the next one, and the last one. I go and make my loops. Right here I just go on this loop and I go and close them. I again. Grab the end, pull through one, and everything else. Now I grab the end and I close everything. What I do now is I go and repeat row 5 to row 12. How many times I knit?